What's up, Reclaimers? Welcome back to day 7 of Reclaim Myself Holistic Workbook Recovery. We've talked the last couple of days about behaviors that contribute to and threaten your physical and mental health, and talked about why those behaviors happen. Yesterday we asked some really tough questions. Appreciate you showing back up again today after asking yourself why you behave in ways that threaten your physical and mental well-being. Today we're going to address these things that we talked about yesterday and the day before by talking about what you can do differently today, what you can do differently right now to improve your physical, emotional, and mental health, what you can do to increase your sense of safety and allow yourself to continue to grow. So what are some things that you can do differently today that will help you grow? Chaim mentions a couple here today, and I want to see how many things that we can talk about today that I've seen help other people grow. Chaim talks about avoiding extremes. We had mentioned that, and so avoiding extremes in your life looks like finding a place of balance. When there are relationships that are prone to extremes, finding ways to create balance within that relationship. If there are activities that are prone to extreme that you find yourself going to that incite fear, finding something that you can go to that's more balanced, something that can help you to cultivate a feeling of peace. And so in avoiding extremes, you can avoid extremes in music, you can avoid extremes in movies, you can avoid extremes in literature, you can avoid extremes in news and current events. Finding ways to create balance within every area of your life. Chaim talks about not looking backwards. And so what are areas that you find yourself looking in the past and living in the past and dwelling on the past, resenting the past? These are things that you can do differently today. You can stop dwelling on the past, let go of your resentments, forgive people that you're holding on to resentments towards. Pay attention to areas that your past continues to dictate your future. Notice it and choose to do something like take a different action. You can take different actions by creating something new, such as journaling, taking note of what you're thinking, taking note of what you're doing and how you're doing it, why you're doing it. These are ways that you can create. Taking note by writing and by sending letters to people, communicating to people, having online conversations with people that encourage you, finding ways to build community and build connections in your life, talking to a therapist or a life coach, speaking to family members and loved ones that you have unfinished business with, talking with and connecting with people who are doing things that inspire you, finding ways to connect to and volunteer in ways that inspire you. Connecting with a nonprofit can be very inspirational. I recently talked to a person who has an animal sanctuary, and the work that she's doing is so incredibly inspirational with the animals there that I left inspired. So again, we're looking at things that we can do differently today that contribute to our physical and mental well-being. Helping other people and serving other people, serving animals, spending time with animals, going to an animal shelter where they're taking care of animals that have been abused and neglected, taking time to go volunteer at a homeless shelter or to serve somebody who's less fortunate as yourself. You can do something different today by taking time for yourself. What is it that you would do if you had any amount of time to take care of yourself right now? Perhaps it's just watch a movie on Netflix, or cook yourself a good dinner, or take care of yourself physically by going and exercising. Perhaps it's meditating and sitting still and doing nothing. Perhaps it's making a to-do list or deleting everything on your to-do list and doing nothing. You can do something different today by taking a nap, or not taking as long of a nap and sleeping through the day and getting up and going for a walk. I know people who take time to garden and sit in the dirt and dig their hands in the dirt, and that this contributes to their physical and mental health. It provides a sense of well-being as they're planting their own food and cultivating it. I know people who Take time just to sit still and look at the plants, to observe the flowers, to smell the flowers. These are things that you can do that are different than what you might be doing right now. How much different might it be to, instead of dwell on resentments and angers and frustrations and doing things that don't contribute to your physical and mental well-being, simply smelling the flowers or smelling an essential oil. I put on some melaleuca, some tea tree oil before I did this podcast, and immediately felt just a little bit invigorated and at the same time grounded and present. What is it that you can do that allows you to be present in this moment? That's something that you can do that's differently, as most of the time we wake up every single morning reliving parts of the past without realizing it. We're not even conscious of the fact that we're awake and yet sleeping in some way. What is it that you can do differently in the first hour of your morning? How can you change your morning routine and your morning pattern? What do you currently do? What is it that you can do differently in that time? Perhaps it's as simple as take some time to brush your teeth and floss and shower and have a good breakfast. Drinking water first thing in the morning, one of the best things that you can simply do for yourself. If you're not doing that first thing in the morning, start with that. Simple. Take a deep breath. Relax in the morning. Prepare yourself for the day. Look at your to-do list. Take some time to visualize what you want your day to look like, and take notice of the mental space that you're in. Perhaps you need to shift the mental space that you're in. Take notice of the thoughts that you're thinking. Take notice of what you're about to do before you do it, and consider what you did the day before. Take time to call people that inspire you and to connect with people that lift you up. Take time to send messages of encouragement and receive messages of encouragement. When people pay you a compliment, receive that compliment rather than disregarding it perhaps. Take time to notice the good that others see in you. Have conversations of meaning and substance with people. Take time to be with your loved ones. Be with your kids. Be playful again. Take time to swing at the playground. Take time to throw a ball or throw a frisbee. Take notice of the sky. Take notice of the clouds. Take notice of the wind and the birds. Notice the stars at night. Notice the beauty that might be right in front of your face. Take notice of the good in people. Rather than noticing the bad in yourself, notice the good in yourself. Look at ways that you can sow seeds of love and self-respect within yourself. What are ways that you can plant seeds of love for yourself today? What are ways that you can build yourself up and contribute to your physical and mental well-being? What are positive thoughts that you might tell yourself? What are some notes that you might leave yourself, perhaps on your mirror or on your door? What are some things that you can tell yourself as you're driving? What are some ways that you can drive in a different mind space? Perhaps rather than being nervous, afraid, or angry, perhaps you can drive with a different mind state. What music can you listen to that uplifts your mood and that inspires you, that produces creativity? The answers that we've talked about here today are just a few of the ways that you can think about that you can do something different that contributes to your physical and mental well-being. Think of many different ways. Create lists of ways that you can do something different, and then take action. Choose something from that list. Mix it up. Keep it fresh. Allow yourself to feel good in recovery, to feel good as you reclaim yourself, and to do things that you love to do. Take notice of what you love today, and take notice of ways that you can do things that cause you to be more inspired and love the life that you're living. All the best today as you continue to reclaim yourself.